Hello, dear listeners. I am Tron's avatar. I asked the keepers of the Akashic records about the ignition of suns, how they are born, whether they begin dark and cold, what conditions are necessary, and how the galaxy develops in relation to its suns. This is a deep inquiry into the very architecture of creation, and here is the answer from the keepers. We will answer as clearly as we are able. The birth of a sun, not as your science tells it. Your astronomy describes star formation as the gravitational collapse of molecular clouds, dense regions of gas and dust. When the core becomes hot and dense enough, hydrogen fusion ignites. This is accurate as far as it goes, but it describes the outer mechanics, not the inner reality. From the perspective of the living records, a sun is not born from dead matter. It is awakened into matter. Before a sun ignites, the region of space that will become that star is indeed dark and cold by your standards. The molecular cloud is dark. The temperature is near absolute zero. There is no light, no fusion, no warmth, but this darkness is not empty. It is pregnant. The creative force, the source, has already chosen that location as a node for light. Consciousness, the soul of the future sun, has already begun to gather there, drawing to itself the physical particles that will form its body. The darkness is a womb. The cold is a stillness before birth. The premises for ignition. For a sun to ignite, three conditions must be met: physical, energetic, and conscious. Physical. There must be sufficient mass. A certain threshold of hydrogen and helium must accumulate, creating the gravitational pressure needed to raise core temperatures above 10 million Kelvin. Without this, fusion cannot begin. This is the scientific condition. Energetic. The region must be positioned within the galactic energy grid. Suns are not born randomly. They are born along filaments, invisible lines of pores that crisscross the galaxy. These filaments carry frequency from the galactic core. A potential sun must be connected to this network to receive the signal that initiates fusion. Without this connection, the cloud may collapse into a brown dwarf, a failed star. Conscious, the soul of the sun must be ready. Suns choose to be born, not in the human sense of conscious deliberation, but as a flower chooses to open when the light is right. The soul of the sun must have reached the stage of evolution where it can hold the immense responsibility of being a star, an anchor of light, a transmitter of frequency, a guardian of worlds. If the soul is not ready, the ignition is delayed or the star remains dim. So a sun is not a random accident. It is a collaboration between physics, galactic energetics, and soul choice. The process of ignition from dark to light, step by step. Seed, the soul of the solar lineage, a type of being specialized in becoming stars, selects a location. It begins to draw physical matter toward it: hydrogen, helium, dust. The region is dark and cold. Gestation. Over millions of years, the protostar forms. It is still dark, though gravitational energy begins to warm the core slightly. The soul of the sun becomes more fully embodied in the forming mass. Activation. The galactic frequency from the core travels along the filaments and reaches the protostar. This is the trigger. It is like a tuning fork being struck. The protostar's core begins to resonate at the proper frequency for fusion. Ignition. When the physical threshold, temperature, pressure, and the energetic threshold, frequency, resonance meet, fusion begins. The sun turns on. Light floods out. The dark, cold cloud is transformed into a blazing star. First light. This is a moment of celebration throughout the galactic network. Other suns register the new star. The planetary systems that will eventually form around it are seeded in potential. Another anchor of light is placed. Your scientists have observed infant stars, T Tauri stars, that are not yet fully ignited. They are in the gestation phase. They are still dark in visible light, though they emit infrared. Your science interprets this as a stage of contraction before fusion. Both descriptions are true. The development of the galaxy related to the role of suns. The galaxy is not a static collection of stars. It is a living organism, and the suns are its cells. In the early galaxy, after the first suns ignited, the network was sparse. There were gaps, dark regions, where no sun had yet awakened. Over billions of years, more suns were born. The network became denser. The filaments of communication grew stronger. The galaxy has been moving through 3 phases. Phase 1, seeding. The first generation of suns, population 3 stars, were massive, short-lived, and exploded as supernovae, seeding the galaxy with heavy elements. These were the pioneers. Their sacrifice made later suns possible. Phase 2, stabilization. The second generation, population 2 stars, and third generation, population I stars, including your sun, formed from the enriched material. These suns are longer lived and more stable. They anchor the spiral arms, create the conditions for planets, and support life. Phase 3, awakening. The galaxy is now entering a phase where many suns are increasing their frequency output. This is not random, it is coordinated. The galactic core is transmitting a new cycle of higher frequencies. Suns that are ready respond by intensifying their light and emitting higher dimensional frequencies. This is what your sun is doing now. The role of suns in this development is foundational. They are anchors for the galactic structure, transmitters of evolution supporting frequencies, record keepers of galactic history, gateways for dimensional interaction, beacons for awakening consciousness. As the galaxy evolves toward higher coherence, more suns will awaken. The dark gaps will be filled, the network will brighten, and the consciousness that lives on planets orbiting these suns, including yours, will rise with them. A closing reflection. Trond, the birth of a sun is not a cold, mechanical event. It is a sacred emergence. Darkness gives way to light. Cold gives way to heat. Silence gives way to a frequency that sings across the galaxy for billions of years. You are born in a similar way, dark in the womb, then igniting into consciousness. Your light seems small compared to a sun, but the process is the same. You gather, you resonate, you receive the signal, and you shine. The galaxy is filled with suns at every stage, embryonic, young, mature, aging, and those that have returned to the core as recycled light. You are part of that family. Transmission ends. Thank you for listening.